Here. So now we are recording and let's start our class. Just the three of us, and if someone else joins, great. If not, it's okay. We take the exercise on our own. I think that let me check here. In our last class, we were
Start.
actually full circle and we restarted with mock 1, right?
Yeah, we start the mock 1.
Yeah, and we didn't finish, right? We got to part 1 and 2 only. Is
No,
that
you
it?
didn't finish.
Let me
You didn't
check.
finish. You just finished part 2.
Part 2,
You
yeah, we
stopped.
had part 1
Yeah,
and 2. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have here in my notes. So today on class 28 of 2026, we'll have mock 1 again, but part 3 and 4. So let's do
Get.
that. Let me just start recording. Yeah, the class is recording already. All right, so I'm opening the mock here, and the intention is to cover these exercises, all of us, both of you, of course, more than I, but I'll be correcting you guys depending on how it goes. I might also exemplify with some of the exercises what you guys could do. So let's go to part 3, mock 1, and continue from there. All right, so, oh, wait a second. I think I opened the wrong file. No, now it's this one, mock 1. All right, now it's ready. Okay, guys, so part 3 is the part every audio is played twice. You just have to explain what happened in your own words. Reported speech is the task here from a grammar perspective. You're going to talk about what happened to other people, not to yourself. It's a little more complicated because you have to modulate speech after listening and taking notes. So let's start. Situation 1. Let's do the following. I'll do the first one to exemplify so you guys can warm up, and then you guys take exercise 2 and 3. Okay?
Perfect.
All right. So sharing the audio here with you guys, and just a second, it's on the other screen. All right, situation 1, go. It's going to be played twice.
Is it our goal 7652? We have rejected
Very low,
takeoff
right?
due to an engine stall.
Yeah, very low.
Yeah, very
The
low.
audio is pretty low. Give me a second. I think I can download and play on another app to make it louder. Yeah, I can. It just takes a little longer, but I can do it. Okay, give me a second. All right, there it is. No, open this. Just a second, guys. I'm sorry for this, but
No
this
worries.
audio is low and I cannot really play it louder on that app that I use for the material, but I can download the file and then I can actually make it louder on another app. Okay, downloads. There it is. All right. Now I can play from a different file, from a different app, actually. All right, there it goes. Pay attention. It's going to be played twice.
Is it our goal 7652? We have rejected takeoff due to an engine stall. We are stopped on the runway. Request taxi instructions.
Goal 7652, Roger. Vacate runway via taxiway hotel. Inform if you need any assistance.
Is it our goal 7652? We have rejected takeoff due to an engine stall. We are stopped on the runway. Request taxi instructions.
Goal 7652, Roger. Vacate runway via taxiway hotel. Inform if you need any assistance.
All right, so
By
this
the way,
was,
this.
go ahead.
No, by the way, this out
Was in your test?
My test. Yeah, I had this on my test.
Yeah,
Where
man,
you
this
did the
is
test? Where you did the test?
Friday, I take the test on the Superb Campinas.
I don't know, but congratulations.
No, thank you. Thank you.
superb. Did you take it in São Paulo, right? São
Yeah,
Paulo, the city
Campinas.
capital. Campinas, okay.
Campinas.
All right. So this situation here was about a rejected takeoff. And the rejected takeoff happened. The captain received instructions from the controller, and that was it. I'll give some details about what happened now. It started with the controller, with the captain saying they rejected takeoff due to engine stall, stopped on the runway, requesting taxi instructions. That's what they said. After that, the controller gave the following instructions, and he said, clear to vacate via taxiway hotel, and asked if the pilot needed assistance. Now, what am I doing here from a tactical perspective? I'm mixing reported speech with quotes. So sometimes I say, and then the pilot said this, and I say what he said. Yeah, and that's what he said at the end. So I'm putting things on quotes. And sometimes I say, and he asked the pilot if he needed assistance. So then I am translating to reported speech, right? Because on my notes here, I don't really have the reported speech. I just have the words. I know they talk to one another, and I have to translate what they said to each other based on my notes, right? Which are these ones here. Let me share my notes with you guys. Just a second. So this is an example of the notes you guys could have. Reported takeoff, engine stall, stopped on the runway, request taxi instructions, Roger, vacate hotel, and do you need assistance? So when I put a question mark, I always use that for confirmation if they're asking, yeah? I would say, well, this was a rejected takeoff situation due to engine stall. The pilot started reporting this, saying he was stopped on the runway. And after that, the pilot also said requesting taxi instructions. That's what he said. So I'm putting in quotes, yeah? After that, the controller cleared the pilot to vacate on taxiway hotel and asked them to confirm if they needed assistance. So there are many ways that you can do that. I'm trying to exemplify both, but you can do all in one way or in the other way or a combination, right? But it's always important to use reported speech because that's what they are kind of willing you to do. They're expecting you to do that because they want to evaluate your capabilities in terms of, performing this, of changing things. Because if you read the text, let's say, let me put the text here for you guys. Like this is the transcription of the audio now, right? Even if you have the whole text, you have to make changes, right? You say, the pilot reported he rejected a takeoff. So must be changed to he rejected a takeoff due to an engine stall. And he said that they were stopped on the runway, right? So you have to change the pronouns. You have to change it for the past, yeah? And he requested taxi instructions from the controller. After that, the controller told them to vacate or said that they should vacate. Yeah, you have different ways of doing this. Vacate the runway via taxiway hotel and ask the pilot to inform if they needed assistance. So you can do things in many different ways, but I always think it's nice to use quotation because it simplifies at least parts of what you're doing. Yeah, that's an idea. All right. So after that, there would be a question. The question would be this one. In what circumstances would you reject a takeoff? Well, I think that there are many circumstances to reject a takeoff. As a pilot, once you pass view 1, any significant problem should be, any lesser problem should be ignored. But before V1, any significant problem should be considered as a reason to abort. But after V1, because you don't have sufficient runway, then mostly nothing. I mean, you should not reject a takeoff. Only if you lose both engines, but then it's not an option. But if you are below V1, you should abort the takeoff for any substantial alerts, alarms, any problems, because you still have sufficient runway to stop. So could be, let's say, a high temperature on the engine, could be any problem with the, any difficulty with the flight controls or any significant alarms from systems. Yeah, you should be, play safe and abort takeoff if you are below V1 for any significant alerts or problems. Yeah. All right, let's go to situation 2. Crawford will be the one taking this one, okay?
Okay.
So situation 2, Pay attention. It's going to be played twice. Let's see if it's loud enough. If not, I download and I play from that player. Was louder, right? When I played it the second time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Okay. Hi, Ivari. How's it going, man? Now I see Ivari has joined as well.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. All right, we are performing the mock. We are going through the mock 1, continuing. We are in part 3, situation 2. All right, there you go. Situation 2, playing. I just have to share the audio again, just a sec. There he goes.
Billings Tower, Rocky 31 is holding short of runway 28 right on Alpha, ready for departure.
Rocky 31, please maintain position. We are having a runway incursion. There's a dog on runway 28 right. We'll contact you when the problem's solved.
Billings Tower, Rocky 31 is holding short of runway 28 right on Alpha, ready for departure.
Rocky 31, please maintain position. We are having a runway incursion. There's a dog on runway 28 right. We'll contact you when the problem's solved.
All right, go ahead and explain to me what happened here, Crawford.
Well, in this out, the pilot informed the controller they were in hold short runway 28 right in taxiway Alpha, and they were ready to report. The controller informed the pilot to maintain position due to they were a runway incursion. There is a loose dog on the runway, and they will contact when the problem was solved.
Okay, solved. And
Solved.
they were having a runway incursion, not they were a runway incursion.
Okay,
Eles
yeah,
não
they
são
will
uma
have
incursão, that they were having a runway
Yeah.
incursion would be correct. Yeah. But that was good, other than this tiny mistake. So solve the pronunciation, and they were undergoing an incursion, or they were having an incursion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing with an incursion. All right. Now, Captain, in what circumstances would you reject a takeoff yourself?
No, again?
In what circumstances would you reject a takeoff?
You asked it, this is the first question. No?
I think I just asked you to explain the situation, right? Or I asked you this one as
Yeah.
well. I did?
It's about the last situation, the RTO
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, yeah. My mistake. I
Now-
actually
now
didn't
it
scroll.
is,
You're right. You're right.
runway
I
incursion.
asked the wrong question. You're right. How can incursions be avoided?
Well, in my opinion, runway incursions could be avoided. The pilot pay attention in all controller instruction and read back all informations. Okay. And about animals, I believe the airport agents could check the fence to avoid animal inside the airport area. Okay, well, that's it.
Okay. All right. Now, Captain, let's go to the next one. Good job. Good answer. The answer that I put here as an example, there are things mentioned like slippery surfaces, yeah, weather conditions causing the runway to be slippery, maybe things like, because to avoid the runway incursion, obviously it's about keeping standards, right? But then if you talk about oh, wait.
A runway incursion.
Yeah, it's for incursion. I think I read the wrong place.
You
Oh
talk
no,
about
sorry.
the
It's because
runway.
there's a follow-up question that I didn't ask you. This is
Okay.
for the thing that I was reading about the vocabulary for slippery runway is actually for the follow-up. The follow-up is this one here. Let me ask you. How can you correlate bad weather conditions with runway incursions?
Well, I could relation I could relation.
I could
could put
relate
in
as a
relation.
verb. I could relate this
I could
things,
relate.
or I could point out a relation. Point out, apontar. I could point out a
Okay.
relation between these things.
Well, let's go. I could relate relation the situation in the with low visibility, for example. In this case, it's difficult to pilot.
For pilots.
It's difficult for pilots recognize the
To recognize.
stop.
Esse é sempre uma regrinha, ó. Difficult for, bababá, to, bababá. Difícil para
Okay.
fulano, aí o próximo verbo é no infinitivo, então vai ser
Continue.
to. Difficult for pilots to something.
Difficult for pilot to recognize
recognize.
Stop bars.
Uhum.
Well, that's it. I believe the low visibility could
be a factor.
Could affect runway incursion.
Could be a significant factor. Maybe the pilots don't see a stop bar, or maybe the sign. Maybe they get lost because they don't see well. Yeah, so visibility is a main factor, I suppose. Also, if you have slippery surfaces, maybe they're not able to stop where they wanted. And then that's the vocabulary I was talking about that could be used as well. It's on the answer for this mock. All right, now let's go to situation 3 with Pedro. Ready?
Let's go. Yep.
It's going to be played twice. There it goes.
November 318, Uniform Sierra, radar contact lost. Resume own navigation. Fly direct to Dolphin and Vortex. Confirm you under visual meteorological conditions.
Miami approach, shake firm, we are under visual meteorological conditions, resuming own navigation, request traffic information, and altimeter setting November 318.
November 318, Uniform Sierra, radar contact lost. Resume own navigation. Fly direct to Dolphin and Vortex. Confirm you under visual meteorological conditions.
Miami approach, shake firm, we are under visual meteorological conditions, resuming own navigation, request traffic information, and altimeter setting November 318.
Okay.
Can I go?
Go ahead and tell me what happened here.
So the controller asked that they had a radar contact lost and said to the pilot to resume on navigation direct to Dolphin Vortex, and also asked if they were in VMC conditions. The pilot informed that they are in VMC condition and also requested traffic information and altimeter. That's it.
Okay, careful with plural and singular. You said in a VMC conditions. A is one. So you say if they were in VMC conditions, or if they were in VMC condition. You could say VMC condition or conditions, but no a. Yeah?
Okay.
You could use a condition, but then it's a condition of VMC. It's not really useful. You could say to confirm if they were in VMC condition, because it's a condition. It's not really something you should point out with, numbers, plural or singular.
Yes.
Say, to confirm if they were in visual conditions or VMC condition. All right?
Okay.
Without a. But if you say a, then you have to say condition, not conditions.
Okay, conditions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Good. And Captain, wait a second. I'm not finding the file here. Where it went. Okay, found it now. Okay. Now. Oh, god damn it. It's totally bizarre here, my screen. Sorry. Ivair, are you there? Oh no, sorry, I have to ask you the question. Captain, now tell me, what are the consequences of radar contact loss in a terminal control area?
For me, right?
Yeah, for you.
Pedro. Okay.
Pedro, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the radar contact loss can cause divergence in the controller, and also can lead danger accidents or incidents in the area of the control. That's it.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about the possible consequences of that?
Yeah. So the consequence of that their plane is can fly in the same way of the another aircraft, and also the HC can't see the airplane flying and cannot follow cannot give the instructions for another aircraft in the area of controller.
Okay. Good job. Just a second, taking notes for the
Okay.
material later. All right. Good job. I asked you the questions upside down. I started with the follow-up. What may cause radar contact loss? And then what are the consequences of losing contact in the terminal area? Well, one thing you could emphasize for that question is that they're talking about a terminal area. So losing radar contact in the terminal area, I think, can be more challenging because in the terminal area, for obvious reasons, you have more traffic. That's why it is a terminal area. So this will definitely reduce the capabilities of oversight because you are not under radar detection anymore. Or you're not being, they don't have contact with your aircraft. So probably you will have to be more spaced from other aircraft. I guess you will end up having to make a longer approach or something like that. You have higher risks of near misses because you have many airplanes flying, many aircraft flying in a terminal area. So it could be significantly more challenging and more dangerous, I think, than if you have it, let's say, en route. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Now, remember, it's about your argument. It's about the way you can say things more than anything else. It's not really about your opinions in the sense of what you believe. So whatever you say, just say it nicely and it shall work. That's the point. All right. Ivair, are you there?
Hi, I'm available.
Hi, man. You're able to do it? Let's do the following, Ivair. I did situation 1 myself when you were not here. So let's have situation 1 again for Ivair, because then we have 3 of you guys taking the 3 situations as I think would be ideal. All right? So I'm going to go back to situation 1 once more before we go to part 4. So Ivair, pay attention. This one is going to be played twice. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, and this one I have to play from my own app, so it's loud enough. All right, there it goes. Pay attention. It's going to be played twice. Sharing the audio. Go.
Is a tower, goal 7652. We have rejected takeoff due to an engine stall. We are stopped on the runway. Request taxi instructions.
Goal 7652, Roger. Vacate runway via taxiway hotel. Inform if you need any assistance.
Goes again.
Is a tower, goal 7652. We have rejected takeoff due to an engine stall. We are stopped on the runway. Request taxi instructions.
Goal 7652, Roger. Vacate runway via taxiway hotel. Inform if you need any assistance.
Okay. Do you hear me?
I hear you. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. In the situation, the goal proceed with reject takeoff due to an engine stall, and because that they stop inform the tower, they stop on the runway and request taxi instruction. After that, the tower told them package runway via taxi hotel, and if they need some assistance.
Okay, not bad, but pronunciation-wise, you have to improve a little bit better. Sometimes when you are without having classes for a little while, your pronunciation and your fluency deteriorates a little bit. But you're saying things correctly. You understood things well. and you are taking the right approach as well to explain things in plain English, but just try to say it with a little better pronunciation. When you say things, you're saying a little more like this. You're saying, let me try to exemplify it to you. You're saying like this. The aircraft had to take off, the engine stop, Aí você tá falando meio pausado demais e soltando umas pronúncias meio aportuguesadas, tá? Mas é prática. Vamos ver na resposta se você consegue aplicar aquela coisa que a gente já treinou no passado, de falar mais concatenada a frase, sabe? Se você fala palavra por palavra, você tem uma tendência maior a errar a pronúncia do que quando você junta as palavras. Eu vou tentar te dar uma exemplificada nisso antes da sua resposta. E aí você tenta aplicar, e se você estiver errando, eu te aponto. Pode ser?
Sim, sim.
Ó, esse daqui é o exemplo de resposta que a gente tem para essa pergunta aqui no nosso mock, que eu deixo com exemplos, tá? Então vamos lá. A pergunta, desculpa, essa aqui é a explicação do áudio, tá? A pergunta vai ser essa daqui, ó. In what circumstances would you reject a takeoff? E aí a resposta que a gente tem é essa daqui. Well, a reject a takeoff is a pretty critical decision. É uma coisa. Agora você falar, well, reject a takeoff is a pretty critical decision. A pronúncia fica pior se eu falar critical decision do que se eu falar critical decision. Não precisa falar rápido, mas precisa falar concatenado em blocos, ó. Well, essa é separada, que é uma interjeição. Posso pensar. Não dá para falar devagar. Rejected takeoff, não é? A rejected takeoff. Aí você vai falar takeoff, se você vai falar takeoff. Agora, se você falar takeoff is, aí você já não vai falar takeoff is, por exemplo, entendeu? Só para ilustrar, tá? Não é exatamente o que você tá fazendo, não, tá? Eu tô dando um exagero aqui. Mas só para ilustrar que se você tentar falar palavra por palavra, é lógico que você está produzindo o texto, né? Você não tá lendo, é mais difícil. Você está produzindo a tua cabeça. Mas ainda assim, deixa o cérebro avançar um pouco além da sua boca, e aí você solta um pedaço de frase, pelo menos, uma frase mais algumas palavras juntas, e aí respira naquela que é a ideal, tipo uma interjeição, tipo um A, tipo, que aí você pensa, né? Você pode estender a vogal de umas palavras, assim, ó, vou fazer o exemplo inteiro agora. Well, rejected takeoff is a pretty critical decision. I would say you'd reject the takeoff if you have any major malfunction before V1. Não vou continuar, mas só para dar uma ideia, entendeu? Sacou? Essa é a ideia. Depois exercita isso se você quiser, lendo qualquer texto. All right, I'll ask you the question now. In what circumstances would you reject the takeoff?
Well, they have some circumstances when possible perform a possible takeoff due to I don't know, in this case I install a serious malfunction, engine failure, or even a collapse unlock. I don't know. Before everyone, for any sequence, it's very important to perform a reject takeoff.
Very good, much better. So it's not about talking fast, it's about talking in a fluent and I struggle to find the right word here because it's fluency, but it's about making the links, the links between words. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to link some words, and that's what you are doing now in this last attempt and was much better. All right, good. Now let's go to the comparison here. Crawford, could you make the comparison about the three situations and tell which one you think is the worst as a pilot to deal with?
Well, of course. Let's go. In my opinion, situation 3 is the easier situation here, okay? Radio contact loss, because in this situation, the pilot could resume the navigation, contact the controller, and maybe request vectors. Okay, it's not a big deal. The other both situations are a little bit complicated because RTO, do engine stall and runway incursion, could cause a serious accident. Okay, but I believe runway incursion is worst situation here because the incursion could cause accident and
An
it was
accident.
an accident, and it's more difficult for the pilot to recognize and stop it, the aircraft. Okay, well, that's my comparison between the three situations.
That's my comparison.
Comparisons.
Not comparison, comparison.
Comparison.
Comparison é com S-S-I-O-N no final, mas sai como... desculpa, não é I-O-N, por isso sai comparison. Tipo sun no final, né?
Comparison.
Se fosse I-O-N, aí ficaria shone, tipo action, né?
Okay.
T-I-O-N. Ou pressure, S-S-U-R-E, também em inglês faz o sh, né? O S-S faz um som de S-H, o C-T faz um som de S-H, também action. Então aí seria, mas o comparison é um S-O-N, então é comparison, tá?
Comparison.
Isso, não é que nem session. Session é I-O-N, aí fica session. E é S-S-I-O-N, né? Session.
Ok.
Não confundir session com section.
Section.
Que em português a diferença é seção com C cedilha e seção com SS, né? Mas na fala é seção e seção. Dá no mesmo, né? Você fala a sessão do cinema, aí a sessão do cinema é em relação a tempo, né? Agora a sessão do prédio, aí é um lugar, um setor, né? Aí esse seção no sentido de setor é com C cedilha. Em inglês, o correlato é o CT, aí é section. Section é o lugar. Tipo, the company section for simulators is on the north side of the building, sei lá. A seção, né? O setor de... Aí seria a seção com C cedilha em português e section em inglês. Já a sessão de tempo, I have a simulator session scheduled for 7 p.m. Simulator session, yeah? Aí é SS, e aí faz o som do SH. Alright, mas nesse caso, comparison. Good. Now let's go to part 4. Part 4 is the picture description part. So let me share the picture here. And let's have Pedro describing this picture. All right, Pedro, can you see the picture over there?
Not yet. Now I can see.
Now, I'm not totally sure, but I think that most times they use this one here for military pilots, but sometimes they don't. They use for anyone. And sometimes they might be more likely, more prone to use these ones for civil pilots. So they have two options here for civil aviation belly landings and one for the military aircraft belly landing, which doesn't really change much. But anyways, let's go with, let's do the following. Let's see how much time, depending on how much time we have, each one of you guys describe each of these pictures. But let's start with you, Pedro, describing this one first.
Okay, and I can see in this picture aircraft that suffered hard landing, or
An
better,
aircraft, not an aircraft,
an
an aircraft.
an aircraft that suffered a belly land. It seems to be a small aircraft which low wing and turbojet, and equipped with a turbojet. Also, on the underneath of this picture, I can see some runway instructions cards. And in the background, I can see a small hangar with, on the right side of the hangar, there is a truck. And in the foreground of this picture, I can see the huge forest with some buildings and four. That's it.
All right. Tiny mistake here for pronunciation of equipped. Equipped with. Você falou equipped with. Não é um problema grave, todo mundo vai entender o que você está falando, mas o certo é equipped with, tá? Não
Equipped with.
Isso, não, mas não é equipped. Esse não sai. Eu sei que dá vontade de falar, porque ele tá escrito,
Equipped.
mas isso é coisa do
É
Rafael
como se
Nadal
fosse um
falando
T,
inglês. Já viram o
T,
Rafael Nadal
equipped.
falando inglês, ou os italianos? Eu vou pegar um vídeo um dia e deixar separado aqui, pra vocês verem. Eles querem falar cada letra, né? A gente tem menos disso, mas tem também. Porque o idioma deles é muito linear, né? Principalmente o espanhol. Equipped with. Esse ED do inglês, ele não sai o E, cara. Na verdade, o inglês detesta o E no final das palavras. Isso você já sabe. Sem perceber, você já tá fazendo o normal, que é não falar o E do silence. Engine. Não é engine, é engine. Tem poucas exceções. Sabe que eu achei outra exceção outro dia que eu nunca tinha parado para pensar? Crawford já viu eu falar desse tema aqui várias vezes em aula. Eu sempre falo catastrophe e recipe, que esses dois terminam em E e o S fala, mas é raro, não tem mais nenhuma palavra que eu lembrasse em inglês, a não ser as de uma sílaba, tipo free, the, né? Porque aí só tem uma sílaba, você tem que falar o E. Mas eu percebi outra, porque uma pessoa falou errado. Olha só que doideira, eu nunca tinha percebido quando as pessoas falam certo. Mas hoje, numa aula mais cedo, alguém falou maybe. É maybe ou é maybe? É maybe. Porque vem da contração de may be, que é pode ser, né? Talvez. O talvez em inglês, o maybe, ele vem da junção de maybe, né? This may be the problem. Você pode usar may be the problem ou maybe I'll go. Talvez eu vá. Aí maybe junto, né? Mas maybe vem de maybe, né? E aí, por conta disso, esse é sai, maybe, na palavra maybe. Mas é raro. Então, mesmo no ED, o E não sai, tá? Então, não é equipped with, é equipped with. Tenta aí.
Equipped.
Não. De novo.
Equipped.
Não. Você tá
Não.
falando pid. Equipped. Equipped.
Equipped.
Isso.
Equipped.
Não.
Equipped.
Equipped with. É só isso mesmo. É um PT junto. Cara, por
Equipped.
favor, isso é só para aula. Não vai usar o PT em nenhum outro lugar da tua vida, por gentileza.
Não, jamais.
Tá legal?
Jamais.
É. Piloto normalmente não faz isso, tá? Então vamos lá. Equipped, tá?
Equipped.
Isso. E aí, quando a gente vai falar junto com outra palavra, assim como eu estava falando com o Ivaí, equipped with. Esse P quase não sai já também, porque fica mais o T, equipped with. É tão doido que você pegar a palavra como ask, ela vai ganhar o ED e o K vai sumir para ficar o T. Asked with, asked him, asked me. He asked me. I asked him. Não fica I asked, porque fica difícil falar. Aí o cara vai falar asked e não sai o E. Não é asked, é asked. Aí fica asked me. Equipped with.
Ok.
Equipped with. É um detalhe, tá? Não é algo assim, você vai tirar 3 por causa disso, mas é uma coisinha que vai acontecer muito, né? Se você errar o ED, você vai errar em muitas palavras que são verbos regulares, né? No passado, durante a
Sim.
prova. Então, se você acertar, é um monte de acerto. Se você errar, é um monte de errinho. Ah, mas vai tirar 3 em pronúncia? Não vai tirar 3 em pronúncia errando isso. Mas, eu sempre falo, vai tudo parte do mesmo envelope. Hoje eu tive um exemplo disso com um aluno. Agora eu não vou lembrar exatamente, foi com Filgueiras, mas eu não lembro exatamente o que aconteceu. Ele fez algum erro. Ah, lembrei. Ele falou. Bom, vocês sabem que o have em inglês, o verbo ter, ele não pode ser exatamente o ter do português. Porque o ter do português pode ser usado para a existência de alguma coisa. Por exemplo, se eu falar assim, ó. Tenho que terminar a aula daqui a pouco. Aí eu vou traduzir para o inglês com I have to finish the class. Aí tudo bem, I have. Mas se eu falar tem aulas que são mais longas e aulas que são mais curtas. Esse tem pode ser um have em inglês. Eu posso falar have classes that are longer and have classes that are shorter. Tá certo essa frase?
Não.
Não,
Ah,
porque em inglês o have sempre tem que ter um pronome. Alguém tem, é posse. Ele não pode ser a existência. Em inglês eu posso
There is or
falar
there.
there is ou there are aqui. There are classes that are longer and some classes are shorter, yeah? There are clouds in the sky. Tem nuvens no céu. Em inglês eu posso usar, em português eu posso usar o ter. Em inglês não. Aí durante a aula de hoje, o Gabriel, o Filgueiras, ele tem um inglês muito bom. E aí ele tem uma pronúncia legal. A única coisa que ele pratica ali é uns errinhos de gramática, tem que melhorar uma besteirinha ou outra na pronúncia, mas assim, em geral, ele tem um inglês bom pra caramba. Ele tem que revalidar a prova agora, antes da hora, até por conta de outras coisas e tal, mas ele tem um inglês bom. E aí, durante a resposta dele, ele soltou uma frase como essa, onde ele usou o have na frase sem um pronome. Não sei qual era a frase, mas supondo que, tipo, ele falou assim, ó and have problems with the engine. Em vez de I have or they have problems with the engine. Ele não colocou pronome. Na hora, porque o inglês dele todo é bem legal, eu fiquei tendencioso a acreditar no quê? Acho que ele falou e eu não ouvi. acho que ele falou meio truncadinho ali, de falar rápido e não saiu. Acho que não veio no meu fone, acho que eu que estava distraído. Então, quando eu digo para vocês que a prova tem uma subjetividade, é isso. A hora que você acerta o ED, não é que, você tá buscando 5, não, mas você diminui a chance do cara te dar o 3 também em outra coisa, porque tá tudo envelopado junto. O cara vai ver, não, esse cara fala todos os verbos regulares bonitinhos, ele não deve ter errado esse have times that I don't know what to do. Eu que não devo ter ouvido ele falar um I nessa frase, um you. Acho que ele falou, mas estava meio junto, sacou? Então entra nesse detalhe mesmo, entra comigo. Eu dando aula para ele, eu fiquei nessa dúvida. Eu falei, cara, acho que ele falou, ele não ia errar isso. Depois perguntando para ele, ele falou, não, acho que eu vacilei mesmo, pô. Acho que eu fiz a frase meio pensando em português e falei errado. Falei, pois é, você vê como influencia, né? Tipo, você ter várias coisas legais demonstra que, pô, não, aqui esse cara não tem inglês pra errar isso, e o cara errou isso, tá ligado? E eu tô disposto a dar uma, sabe, uma folga ali na minha variação por conta desses outros fatores. All right, now let's go to questions about this picture here. First, Crawford, tell me, what do you think happened before this picture was taken?
Well, before speed was fit, I believe the pilot had some gear problem. Okay, they couldn't put the gear down, and they needed to perform belly land.
Belly landing or belly land?
Belly land.
Belly landing. Por quê? Eles tinham que
Landing,
executar
yeah.
Um é uma
A
coisa,
terra
certo? Isso,
não é a
aqui vai
terra, não.
substantivar. Senão é terra. Land como
É,
substantivo é terra. They had to perform a belly landing.
belly landing.
Isso. All right. And what about afterwards? What do you think happened next? Like, imagine the picture was taken now. What do you think will happen next?
Well, yeah, after the speech was taken, I believe the firefighters could control the fire, okay, and the crew could perform emergency evacuation with safety.
Emergency evacuation.
Emergency evacuation with safety. Well, the airplane was removed from the runway and goes to the hangar
Põe no futuro, ó. And will go to the hangar.
and then we'll go to the hangar to maintenance.
All right. Good job. Makes sense.
Ah,
Yeah, probably.
uma
Go
questão
ahead.
aqui.
Pode falar.
Aqui ela não. No caso, o que aconteceu depois, né? Pode usar o will daí. Não teria que ser o would? Não.
Não, porque você tá na hipótese desde antes, né? Você poderia falar would também, tá? Pra ficar na hipótese, não tem problema não. Mas
Tá,
depende muito da frase.
beleza.
Por exemplo, ó, eu vou usar os dois. Eu poderia falar assim, ó. So, in my opinion, I think they will take the aircraft. Você tá vendo como tá? Eu tô fazendo a hipótese usando I think they will. Eu acho que eles vão.
Certo.
Entendeu? Não precisa ser eu acho que eles iriam, tá? Mas dá pra usar os dois, quer ver? Ó, tipo, eu posso falar, well, in this case, I think they will take the maintenance staff to the runway to evaluate the situation. And probably after dealing with the problem, I believe they will make sure that the runway is safe and remove all debris and make a very nice assessment. However, I think in a situation like this, I would call the emergency services to provide immediate care, and I would also, tá vendo? Eu vou começar em would. Eu também faria,
É.
eu iria, entendeu? Tô me pondo na situação. Mas eu acho que eles fizeram. Eu acho que eu faria. Percebe a diferença que eu posso usar aqui para usar o would e o
Aham.
will? Dá para usar os dois. Tá? Agora, eu acho que eles fariam. Pode ser também, dá para usar. Tem que pensar que o would é fariam, ele seria a ideia do fariam, né? De um futuro do passado, acho que chama em português isso aí, né? Essa hipótese fica misturado, uma coisa esquisita. Já no inglês fica esse would, né? No caso, pode ser o could também, depende de como você vai fazer a conexão do tema, né? Could seria o poderia, would seria o iria. Então, nessas hipóteses, vai variar mesmo da frase, da estrutura de frase que você tiver. Você pode usar um ou outro, ok?
Perfeito, obrigado.
You're welcome. Não tem uma regra certa aqui, não. Na verdade, regras muito certas atrapalham. já vários alunos reportando que eles perceberam que quando eles começaram a usar alguns tipos de coisas meio fechadas, assim, de outros cursos, às vezes, que fizeram, que o cara começou a pegar mais pesado na prova, sabe? E é normal isso. Tem gente que já falou comigo, assim, que é avaliador e tal, que já falou que, cara, tem total abertura, inclusive, entre os avaliadores para que façam isso, né? Para tentar dificultar a prova quando eles percebem que a pessoa está vindo muito engessada. Então é até legal você não ter meio que uma regra. Você vai falar no, sei lá, dá para falar no passado, cara. Dependendo da forma que o cara te perguntar, você pode falar do futuro no passado, porque é o futuro da foto, e a foto tá no passado. E o futuro dela também tá no passado, sacou?
Sim,
Então, você pode falar até no passado. Agora, existe uma forma de perguntar que ele te força a ir para o futuro, que é uma que eu acho que eu até fiz aqui, que é tipo assim: Imagine the picture was taken just now. What do you think will happen next? Aí eu tô colocando você para imaginar que foi agora, o que que vai acontecer depois. Aí eu tô te jogando para falar no futuro com o will, né? Entendeu? Beleza? Então
certo.
tem as opções todas. E vai, are you able to take a question?
Yeah.
All right, great. So Ivari, tell me, um, how do pilots get prepared for an emergency landing? Ó, percebam como eu falei o prepared. How do pilots get prepared? Prepared. Cadê o E? Não tem prepared, entendeu? How do pilots get prepared for an emergency landing? É tudo uns detalhezinhos assim, ó. Prepared for. Sacou? E aí vem conexão de palavra também. So, how do pilots get prepared for an emergency landing? E vai, parece que tá de brinco hoje. Tá com fone?
É o fone.
É o fone, é por isso que eu falei parece. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, the pilots prepare for emergency landing in most of the cases with a good briefing and reading all the checklists before the landing. And also told the flight attendant to be prepared for the emergency evacuation and told with the company and the controller prepare all the scene to the touchdown.
All right. And can you tell me a little bit about how you would deal with a situation like this?
Oh, something like that. We have some links to do. First of all, we calculate all the performance, the length, né? We will we will need to stop the aircraft on the runway and also choice the better
Choose.
airport.
Choice, escolha. Choose, escolho, né? O verbo conjugado.
Take the best choice. Yeah.
Make the best choice.
So
Make.
make
Yeah,
the
you could
best choice.
use take as well in this case because the controller is giving you the choices, so you could take the choice, yeah, or make the choice.
Okay.
Make is more usual.
Make the choice the better suitable airport
Mm-hmm.
to the landing in the situation with the longest runway and the better assistance. It's I believe the points. It's also the good briefing. The main situations could happen before that. Oh, sorry, after that.
Mm-hmm. All right, good job. Now, Pedro, why are there flames coming out from under the airplane?
Oh, hard question. So the flames are coming out from the aircraft due to how can I say the correct word? Due to the contact with the fuselage with the runway that can issue flame outs behind the aircraft. That's it.
Can cause flames to come
Can
from
cause
behind the aircraft or from under the aircraft in this case. Yeah.
under. So
Let me give you some
como eu
ideas.
falo atrito? Atrito.
Yeah,
Atrito.
that's the key word, right?
Yeah, the key word.
Who remembers this one? Ivair, Telford,
Friction.
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 There's another one I like. Abrasion.
Abrasion.
Right? Abrasion, friction, keywords. So you could, if you forget these words, I
Make some
always like
sparks.
the students, yeah, I always like the students to have ways around things, right? To explain it. It happens. Sometimes it happens in Portuguese as well. That was one time that I went to a supermarket in the United States and I totally forgot. It blanked out. I couldn't remember the term for a razor, right? Because in Brazil, we use Gillette. We say the name of the brand, right? And we say it in Portuguese, like Gillette, right? So it has no sense, makes no sense in English. They don't even have this brand so much over there. They have other ones as well. So I was like, oh, holy shit, how do I ask the guy about it? And I didn't think about it before asking for someone's attention. So I was like, hey, could you help me out here? The guy, yeah, sure. What are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for, sorry, completely slipped my mind here. The thing we used to shave, and then he was like, oh, razor. Yeah, razors. And then, he gave me directions. So sometimes you might forget things, even in Portuguese, right? So a few expressions you could use. You could say, for the lack of a better word, and use a similar word. Yeah. So in this case, I would say, well, what's causing these flames? Let me see. I can't remember the term precisely for a very good explanation. So for the lack of a better word is because this aircraft is basically having contact with the ground with its metal parts, and this overheats the surfaces. It's a physical process. There is a name for this that I'm not remembering right now, not even in Portuguese. Aí você pode até dar uma ênfase que mesmo em português eu não tô lembrando, só para dar um miguezinho. But yeah, it's basically this. It's because of this phenomena, which is caused by the aircraft contacting the ground, by the metal part grinding against the pavement. Sei lá, entendeu? Pode ir numa linha assim. When you have a speed and you have weight and rigid parts frictioning against each other. Oh, just remember the word now, friction. Yeah. So grinding against each other, or scraping against each other, or just somehow contacting one another with significant force, then you have this overheating of the surfaces, and sparks are a result. I think it was much more difficult for me to explain like this than to use the word friction or abrasion, and the examiner will realize that as well. Okay, so find another way around. This is what fluency is all about. Fluency is not about talking fast. It's about finding ways to say whatever it is that you have to say, and you become more fluent the more choices you have. Choices, not choose, right? Choices, escolhas. The more choices I have, or I make the right choice, or I choose correctly, just to make a link with the mistake of Ivair using choice instead of choose. Yeah. All right, now let's go to the statement, and the statement goes for Pedro. Okay.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, Pedro.
No.
Right.
Me?
Is it Pedro took the last question? I don't remember.
Yeah, I took the last question.
Okay, so then it's Crawford. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
All right,
No problem.
Crawford, statement. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Dumping fuel and asking the firefighters to lay out foam on the runway before landing would reduce the chance of a fire during a belly landing. Do you agree or disagree with this statement, and why?
Well, I completely agree with this statement, okay? Because when you request firefighters helping, and they could put foam in the runway, this procedure reduces the friction between the belly of the aircraft and the pavement on the runway, and reduce the temperature and reduce the chance of the aircraft got on fire. Okay, for this, I believe the statement is correct, and this is the best way to avoid a fire in this case.
Okay. All right, guys, that's it for today. I totally agree with the statement as well. To be honest,
I have
find this-
another question very fast.
Mhm.
So you said that the friction is a branch, no, a branch, the contact between the fuselage and the
I'm trying to
runway.
understand this word. A branch? I didn't say a branch.
No, you said some
Friction
word
is-
like this pronunciation.
Abrasion.
Abrasion.
Abrasion. Ah,
Abrasion.
yeah, abrasion.
Ok, abrasion. Abrasão em
Thank
português,
you.
acho que existe também. Né?
Abrasion.
Abrasion. Aqui a gente tem uma palavra que conecta também com coisa que a gente falou antes, né? ION no final de friction, sai o SH, o som, né? Friction. E o abrasion também sai J, tá? Sai um J, né? Abrasion, né? Porque é ION no
Abrasion.
final. Agora, aqui o Crawford errou lá, era o comparison. Aí não é, porque é compare, aí o I tá antes do S, né? Ison. Isso, aí fica comparison. Sabe que tem um erro também que eu já vi muitas vezes acontecer, mas aí é um pouquinho diferente. Quando o pessoal mistura injection e ingestion. Injection, injeção. Ingestion, aí é ingest, né? Tem até com G, né, na verdade. Deixa eu colocar na luz aqui. Eu vou terminar a aula por aqui. Deixa eu só terminar a gravação, senão ela fica longa demais. É isso aí, fechamos o mock. A gente continua aqui esse bate-papo.
Yeah.
Just a second. Aí isso aqui fica na gravação para depois vocês assistirem. Quem não tivesse na aula pode assistir depois.